Seeds of Change is a documentary capturing the experiences of the young women in the Young Women Mentorship Program. We want to document these successes in the lives of these young women and see how we can scale up. If it works, which I think it's already doing, it's working, it means that we're making progress. It means that we can scale this up to other parts of the country, even though right now we have entries, submissions coming in from young women all over Nigeria wanting to be part of the process.
Across the world, there is improvement in the last 10 to 20 years. And the African average is around 20%, the percentage of women in parliament. But in Nigeria, it is 6%. So it is envisaged that this mentoring program will be able to bring women up.
The mentorship program plays a role in that. It allows the Women's Trust Fund and the people who participate to build the capacity and to strengthen leadership skills amongst young women.
One of our objectives in Voices for Change is to build the self-confidence and esteem of girls between the ages of 18 to 25, especially those that are within post-secondary institutions and even some of them that are outside of it. And so the design of the mentorship program is one where the girls are paired with high-profile personalities that are working either in government or in non-governmental organizations across various sectors that can help the girls to further their career, that can help the girls to build other skills that are not taught in school.
So we thought it would be nice, it would be strategic to have a young women mentorship program where we find young women interested in politics, interested in active citizenship, and attach them to mentors who can lead them in that process.
Based on their specifications in their application and their delivery during their appraisal meeting, we attach them to different mentors, and they have to have at least 2 meetings with their mentors every month, whereby they now give us reports.
That's how we monitor, and then we'll have a midterm review and evaluation. They come back to the office, we'll have a meeting with them to find out how they're doing and how is it going, and then we'll try to see how we can support them on whatever challenge they have.
And therefore, when you have a mentorship program that is mentoring around leadership, I think it begins to address a fundamental gap, a gap that says we understand and recognize the fact that people are not giving us the kind of leadership we need. So in terms of trying to bridge that gap, where we bring, particularly given that it's a generational thing increasingly, we're beginning to tell the younger people, this is where we failed, this is where we didn't do well, what can we do differently?
The thing about leadership is that you have to practice it, you have to experience it. You can't just learn it in a classroom, you can't learn it in a textbook. So women do need more experience, women need more exposure to leadership positions so they can make mistakes, they can learn from their mistakes, and they can move on and then share their experiences with other people.
The first 2 that I had were quite very interested, in learning. And you can see that when I talk to them, they're happy to listen and they want to sort of experiment, because I asked them, do you want to go into politics? I think one of them said yes, that she would like to go into politics because of what she had heard from me. It's positive, and that means she can have a go at it and also, make it.
I worked closely with some few people that were actually heading top positions in the party, and I told them that we can actually give it to you if you will deliver at the end of the day. And thanks, we were able to deliver this word to the present chairman.
I run a cooperative, a kind of cooperative, get women together, no matter how small they have, they keep it. But when they need more money for their business, I give it to them at a very low percentage so that the money can keep running. So I give them monthly and I follow up day to day of their activities so that let them not just lose track.
The
Empowerment have helped me a lot. If I see any woman that knows how to do it well, that can give us the best, I can mobilize with my money and support the person.
This effort to harness the talent of young people who have aspirations, who have passion, who have interest, but they're looking for opportunities of where can they take the little things that make the difference. Sometimes it's not just about formal schooling that the issue is. The real issue is sometimes in terms of observing the day-to-day interaction of the people in our things. That's why that in our own context and situation, what I try to emphasize is that, come with me to meetings, help with me to organize meetings. Let's try to interact with other people in those conferences and the workshops and other things. And I think that is probably the best way. They can always take some of the little things that will help them to develop their own leadership skills. But how did you find the meeting?
It was interesting, was encouraging. I really learned more from the women and how the association grew up from nothing to something big.
I asked them to structure themselves by electing presidents, assistants, and secretary. After structuring, it was easier for me to work with them. And that was how I started working with them, empowering them, and also making sure that, they taught about the importance of women in leadership, importance of women in politics, so that they will encourage other women to go into leadership and politics.
As I actually walk around to talk to other women, you should come out. Let us exercise our right as a woman so that we can go for woman on our choice. Because look at reps, we are not much. The Senate, we are not much. And we women, we are backward. Instead of being at the front, we are all backward. When you talk to, if I talk to a woman like me, she say, me, I can't be a politics. Politics is a dirty game. But no, it's not a dirty game.
I have women now that whenever they want to do anything, they will call me. I've been able to sell that idea to them that whatever you're doing, once you know that you want a leadership position, you should keep your ways right. Because sometimes people shy away from the media because they don't want people to laugh at them over a particular issue or something.
From the last time we met, I've actually been working on, the IDP outreach that I told you I've been working on. And I've started the registration for the NGO bits. So.
That's great, that's fast. When you say the registration,
to you mean? Register and then start the program fully, yes.
I've been working with the IDP. So for me, at the point that I started, it wasn't really an issue of wanting to do it for a certain purpose. It was just me giving back to the society. So coming to Nigerian Women Trust Fund, Hajia Amina, as my mentor, was able to influence me and also to give me that extra push to take it to the next level.
This is Karshi Area Development. The IDPs that actually came from Borno State, unlike most camps, they've actually been integrated. Though their problems remain the same, because some of them are still struggling.
Gaskiya mu matan da muka fito daga Borno hijira muna da matsaloli da yawa matuka. Inda gwamnati za ta ji kukanmu na nan gaskiya matan muna son taimako sosai.
It's been a long journey for them and they're still struggling to find some sense of comfort. There are 68 children that last year were able to get into school from this community. And also, apart from the children, today I'm supposed to do a talk to the women about the importance of having a voter's card and the importance of voting. Mutum nawa da Allah duk wanda yake da voters card na zaɓe ya daga hannun shi. Takardan zaɓe. Maganan da nake so in baku shine wannan takardan zaɓen da muke wasa da shi ba ma zuwa muna karɓa. Shine yake sawa matsalolin da muke cikin ƙasar nan sun yi yawa sun fi ƙarfin mu.
The men are even beginning to take us serious now because they say that the young girls we mentored, they are participating in politics, they understand what it means now, and it has opened doors for more younger girls to want to come into politics, because now they understand that, oh, it's not really for the old people or older people. It's not also for women that don't have anything doing. They've seen that professionals are also into politics, and it has given them an opportunity to want to be, you know, part of it. Some of them see us as role models, and it's only when you bring them closer that they'll begin to appreciate some of, you know, the things that we do in politics.
With the experience I've had, with the opportunity I was given in the mentorship program, I think now I have a career direction. I was skeptical about, going into politics, and it has this stigma attached to it for women in politics. But now I have this confidence that women in politics are not actually all that I thought they were. They're actually women of integrity, women that have something to offer the society, women that have chosen that, okay, yes, I want to be that change Nigeria need.
Mention the duties of a good citizen.
We focus on girls ages 10 to 19. What we do is provide scholarships for girls to go to school first. Secondly, we do a mentorship program. So they're paired with young women like I in the society. We pair them according to hobbies, career choices. And so these women are there to help them in other social needs and help them with their homeworks and help them balance in school. And then last but not least would be the community and social engagement. So in that aspect, where first of all we teach parents, you know, the understanding that educating a girl child is important. You know, you educate a girl child, she lives a healthier life, you help her become a more productive member of the society, she's able to take care of herself, eradicates poverty from the family down the line, and she's more likely to educate her own girl child when she has children in the future. Also in the schools we are part of, where the girls are given scholarships, we start ICT programs. So we plan to build technology hubs there where they learn how to use the computer and become technology literate.
Okay, did I learn anything new doing the virtual?
Yes.
Definitely, it was very nice to be able to go to the CSW. I'd never attended before. So I've done social media strategy before, but it was very nice to be able to kind of have it something that I was to do all on my own, just coordinating with different people and just kind of seeing how that would work out. So.
Okay, I would like to go back to the women's march. What you did during the women's march, I think that was also a learning experience.
Personally, I was marching for women, specifically Black women who are incarcerated for small infractions or reasons that they shouldn't even be in prison. And specifically Black lives and other people, like immigrants, people who don't necessarily have a voice, who can't always go out and march for themselves or fight for themselves.
A number of activities this week, so whichever one you are available to attend, I think it'll be good for you. Okay. It's basically the Bring Back Our Girls Global Week of Action. I think we started with a tree planting and red ribbons tying exercise on Saturday.
Thank you very much. So we have come to the end of the tree planting session. We will now move on to the next one, which is the tying of the red ribbons.
One thing that we know is that this tree will grow.
We are the mentees from Nigerian Women Trust Fund. We are here today to lend a support to our mentor, Dr. Ezekwisili. We want to learn from her and know more about her advocacy of the Bring Back Our Girls movement.
Have a conversation with yourself. It would make all the difference, because then you can critically set your values. I have my values. I can negotiate my views, but I cannot negotiate my values. My values are me. They are sacrosanct, so that I hold them dearly. And you must do the same if you want to grow into a woman of your own.
I could argue that my best skills so far are leadership skills, because it encompasses every single skill: negotiation, organizing, motive, drive, interpersonal skills. So I do my best to transfer these skills to my mentees. I also speak to them about how to write your CV. I really believe in first impression. I believe that your first impression is your brand.
For you to be a successful person all round, you must have good relationship with God and good relationship with people. So these are the kind of skills that I try to transfer to my mentees. You know, the beginning point, I said, give me your life plan. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Where do you want to be in 20 years? So in those meetings, we will review them. Okay. So at the end, you will say you had mentoring with Utibe. Okay? So, let me see your note. What have you written on it?
I'm really proud that my mentee has won one of the prizes. But the first thing they do is assignment on reading and writing. I think the program should actually be expanded because people really need to be guided.
You can start small with whatever you have and still be able to share your thoughts. For those of you who follow Dr. Obieze, she has this series where she tweets, you know, for about 30 minutes or 45 minutes, specifics on public policy. And it's like, it's a virtual classroom. So many ways that you can lead. You don't have to wait to be in a position of authority to lead.
On behalf of the Nigerian Women Trust Fund, we present to you Happiness Wehi, the first prize of the National Young Women Essay Competition. Congratulations.
I actually put in my best into that essay because there's a low representation of women in politics and leadership. So I felt it's high time we address this issue. It's high time we'll call for action.
Taseni means let her know in Hausa. So we wanted women in the grassroots to know about so many things happening here, because if you look at it, they are the ones that actually vote more. So we thought there are so many things that have been happening about the loans that they give out and so many other things, that let's take it to them, let's take it to their homes and talk to them about it and enlighten them and groom them.
The women said from there they can go and also start a petty business with what they learned from us, and they also promised to be involved in the politics that happens in their community.
The program was a very powerful one. It was very inspiring. The girls showed a lot of interest. They were eager to know more about politics and how to get involved. They were able to understand why women need to support themselves and why we need to come out more, why they need to empower themselves.
In your mind, is the next president of Nigeria male or female?
The mentees talked about leadership and taking a role in the society as young women and those who want to aspire, and it helped. It also reduced the fears of most young ladies of seeing themselves like, I'm not supposed to be in the kitchen. I can also aspire to become a president tomorrow. I can be a governor tomorrow. We really inspired these young ladies, and with the club that is going to come up, I'm sure we're going to do a wonderful work.
I felt the need to reach out to people out there, not just female, but as well as male, and the turnout was impactful. And that was one. Secondly, I partake in the social media contest where we are meant to upload our pictures and we are meant to get feedback. Those with the highest likes win the competition, and I'm glad to be one of the winners. Kudos to She Impact. And if I'm to take up a course, I think I will want to reach out to youth in secondary schools, groom them, educate them and also make them understand the need to fight against gender inequality.
Women are the driving force for this change we want to see. I think it's high time we inspire, encourage, and empower them to go into politics.
It is time for us to rethink the process that turns up leaders and have a strategic and coherent approach towards grooming leaders in Nigeria. It can no longer be left to chance. It can no longer be left to luck. It can no longer be left to our time. It's our time. No. People must prepare for leadership. And the reason why we are where we are as a nation is not because we don't have cerebral leadership. It is because the process that turns up our leaders eliminates the people who will do good for this country.
If we have women occupy positions within the party, you can be sure that the affirmative action we are talking about will be protected. You can be sure that when a woman is qualified, she gets her ticket to run. There won't be this idea of men changing us with the idea of zoning, idea of consensus. If there's going to be zoning or consensus, we as women will also be part of the decision making.
We hope that the generations after us will be significantly more. We should be seeing 40–50%, which is a huge leap for us. But I think what mentorship does is to begin to pull those numbers in.
We need to do more about sharing the importance to the younger generation, why they should be involved early. So I think there's an opportunity there as we groom leadership to deepen the selection criteria that we use for mentors and mentees. You know, on paper, many people look good, but do they have the time? Are they going to really impact the right values?
You have to give your mentees the right values. You have to give them knowledge, and you have to connect them with opportunities. And in that process, you also learn. So it's a work in progress. We'll keep loving each other, women, across generations, but we have to keep working hard, you know, because the goalpost keeps shifting, unfortunately. As we think we have made a milestone, then the goalpost shifts, and you're like, but I thought I was supposed to play the ball that way. No, when you were not looking, we changed the rules. It's not fair, but life never is. But what can we do? We'll keep engaging.
I am your inspiration. I am that opportunity. I am the next female president of Nigeria.
I'm going to be the best governor my state will ever have.
I'm going to be the next most powerful woman in Nigeria.
I'm committed to the achievement of 35% inclusion policy in Nigeria.
In a few years to come, I will be the finance minister that will change the economy of Nigeria.
I will be the youngest, wisest, and most productive ambassador Nigeria will ever have.
I would ensure that every woman who has suffered injustice gets quick and quality justice.
Nigeria, I, Adebisi Olajumoke, am your next best Minister of Information.
I am this generation's woman. I dare to lead.
I'll fight for the rights of children and for proper citizenship.
I will advocate for good policy.
I, Ruth Bello, will be the voice for the traumatized women.
I, Nanchin Zaka, will ensure the safety and security of the girl child.
I, Rachel Bello, is a hope for every vulnerable woman and children in crisis.